What is up, boys and girls? We coming back again with some analysis from 250 FPS League. This one is gonna be from week 2, I believe. Yeah, week 2. We only started the new season, third season. You had a chance to listen to me in week 3. Together with Ins, we were casting the last one last weekend. But this one is very special because we're gonna take a closer look into K1llsen gameplay. How did he manage to adapt from Quake Champions to Quake Live? Because it's very interesting for me as well. His style, whenever I was describing to you his style, guys, it always seemed for me that his style was fitting him much more in Quake Champions because he really likes to take the center of the map. He really likes the rail fights, and he doesn't really like to move around the map and control map very actively. He rather sometimes likes to give the item to his opponent and then, for example, have better position and hit the rail on that guy while he's like changing his position on the map or trying to take the position on the another major item. And one rail in Quake Champions gives you so much more advantage. It basically one rail shifts the control from one player to the another. It doesn't really work like this in Quake Live because if in Quake Live you hit one rail, the situation still is unclear, and it can go either way and the guy still can have control. You actually have to hit like 4 rails to kill the guy or whatever, but still, like, I think his style is fitting him much more in Quake Champions. We'll see how he transitioned to Quake Live. It's his first season. He didn't play for a long time, so we take it into consideration, of course. And then on the other hand, we got another player, Dazator, who is like Russian player. He been on the scene for a while already. He was also playing some Quake Champions. He was playing Quake Live. You rarely can see a player who was, for example, very average, not a pro, being able to increase his skill to the level where he can beat the best guys. And Desator really impressed me in week 3, the one we casted with Ins. He was playing on a very high level. His performance is outstanding, and I think he also beat like Sparty that week or the next week. I'm not sure, but he improved a lot, and you rarely can see that. And usually it only happens when because the players getting into the habit so hard, to the wrong habits, that is very hard to change for them later on in their career. That's why it's very hard if you stick on some level to really have this big step forward and improve. You really need to change only one thing and get rid of like few or even one mistake to be able to really improve. And the best example of that is also Zenaku in Quake Champions in Quake Pro League. When he moved to Europe, he was a very mediocre player. He was far from the very best, and then he literally changed few things. One with the position, how he positioned himself. Second one with weapon usage, he was using much more tribal. He didn't rely only on 3 weapons. He was more versatile with the weapons, and only those 2 changes kind of made him like player who stepped ahead like 2 steps at least, like for himself. And over the night he basically became the better player. So let's jump into this game. We're not gonna watch the first map, which was T7, because it was quite one-sided. So first map and second map were quite one-sided. The first one was T7 and K1llsen managed to win it. And I'm not surprised by it because, yeah, K1llsen should be really good on maps with the railgun. And then the third map was Battleforge, and that was won by the Desator, and he took this series 2-1. So let's take a look at the Lost World and the M13 and see how this one went. So yeah, decent spawn for let me change something really quick. Decent spawn for K1llsen. Okay, wait a sec. Yeah, decent spawn for that. I'm surprised that he managed to get any yellow and red without any vision on K1llsen. So K1llsen didn't even show up on the middle of the map. He probably spawned around the mega and went right away for those shards and the LG. So K1llsen should be in a little bit of advantage now because of the weapon. I'm surprised he didn't try to, for example, defend LG a little bit longer because he had LG first. He could easily avoid Daz going for that. He also has to understand that he was probably in worse position during this LG fight. I don't know why he kept fighting. He probably also mistimed the yellow around the red. I don't know why he kept fighting. He should be fighting there. Like Desator had much better position, much more superior. I really like this rocket jump. He got this spawn, almost got this spawn frag. He definitely did damage to K1llsen, denied him of going to LG for a little while. Now K1llsen managed to get his way through it. And he has control over the Mega and the Red. And the split between the Red and Mega is quite comfortable for Daz. I think if he doesn't screw it up, he can still make it to 2 items. If he screw it really bad, he might be able to defend at least one of them. The issue would be if the gap is much bigger and he screw up, then there's no way. For example, K1llsen won Mega, and then there's 10 seconds until the red. There's no way K1llsen will let him take that red. But in this case, he might have small chance to take the red because it's a small gap. He will concede it. He's probably okay. So another weird decision by K1llsen. He was trying to cut him off on top. Because of that, because of this hesitation, he kinda delayed the Mega. It's not an issue because he still has Desator on very low stack close on LG area, and he probably won't let him out with some plasma spam or rocket spam, so he won't be able to steal that red. But he gives him an opportunity. While K1llsen's gonna go for red, he will probably have another yellow spawn, so if he's fast, he can like go and okay, he decided to take a risk, get out of the room and try to get the red. Okay, I really like what K1llsen did. He knew that he's low, so he blocked DTP. He still get a lot of damage from Daz, but it's still good. He definitely should kill have that kill. I really think that's also a mistake because look, he has 5 rockets and some LG ammo. He should be having this kill. Like the Quake on this level in 2025, you cannot really allow yourself to let go the guy off spawn with machine gun only. Plus Dazator didn't really take the yellow armor, so he should have make this kill. And look how much easier the game becomes because then he forces the spawn for Daz around LG. If he spawns like lower LG, then K1llsen can easily go grab another yellow on LG, cut him off from LG, bully him away, chase him away all the way to the red. And in this case, he lets him go. It's 1-1 with frags. And he decides to go for red, and thus has free way to go for yellow, which he decided not to. Okay. This HP was taken. At least K1llsen won himself yellow, so he's still in very good position, although he doesn't have enough HP. He has to get this HP and he has to contest this Mega. I will just drop down and try to fight for it. That's a free Mega for K1llsen, for Daz. Okay, good damage here. So yeah, K1llsen let him take a little bit too much, but he's punishing the position. So this is classical K1llsen also from Quake Champions. Sometimes he lets items go and tries to punish the opponent. Just in my personal opinion, how he does it here, it's not as effective in quakelive as it is in Quake Champions. It is effective in quakelive, and I also liked to do it in quakelive a lot. But I was getting punished a lot by the players who had really good timing, like Cooler or Strengths or whatever. So sometimes maybe you need to balance it out, and maybe K1llsen on his way through quakelive journey will find out that like this sweet spot where you can have a trap, you can let your enemy have some items and mega healths, and then create it into the frag because of the better position, and have this sweet spot with timing and just like purely going for an items, because you know, if you do only one of those, then you become very predictable. If your opponent realizes that you make a lot of traps, he will get eager, and sometimes he will just risk to go and make his way through to the main item, because he will know that you probably making a trap somewhere on top or whatever, you know. For now, the situation is very good. It's extremely good for K1llsen. I don't see him like losing this without screwing it badly, especially that he keeps Des out of position for rockets. And yeah, he has him close there. So Des still doesn't have a rocket. Okay, he can even... Yep, very good. Very good. He denied the yellow, denied his way. Now the trap is really good, see? He denied yellow, then he denied his way towards the mega, which is already up. He checked it here, see? He knows he's not there. And I think that's good way for trapping like opponent, because Das is so low that he has to make a move. He cannot really wait there because it's the yellow on his side of the map was taken just now. So he would have to spend half a minute there. It will be already 50 minutes. K1llsen would already have another yellow, another mega, another red if that stays there, and he will have time to go back, get in there, kill him, and get his yellow. So the only way for Das now to get out of this situation is just simply just try to get out now and die, maybe deal like luckily some damage and then just die, reset, and try over again. He had no other options, honestly. He knows where he spawned because he got a little bit damage of rocket, so he can still do the same thing. He needs to take the mega, he needs to get the red, rocket jump out, and try to get the yellow on the LG to have a perfect rotation. And that's job is to not get killed, so he cannot let K1llsen get out of the TP and rocket jump up to him. Okay, this plasma spam kinda denied him that, so that's good. He won himself over the yellow on the LG side of the map, and he also has LG. Still, he has very low stack compared to K1llsen, so he still has to be very defensive. Okay, he probably trying to get some like vision on red or mega, try to get the timing. He doesn't have enough time maybe to grab the mega. Okay, I don't like K1llsen coming back here because he kind of made the other way to the mega open for Das. Okay, he played on sound, so he knew that Das is on top. Alright. Because K1llsen is delaying the mega so much, some of the yellows spawned already, which gave a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more armor to Das, but he unfortunately pushed out of the LG room and get a lot of damage. So he has to back off again, which is a very good play. He cannot allow himself to lose any more frags now. If he loses another two, okay, very unlucky from K1llsen here. Fortunately, he managed to get his way back to the red. And he has a lot of time for mega now. It's actually at the same time as red. If Das knows about it, maybe he can try to do something with it. He's already trapped on top. He has to get out from there. Yeah, okay. Risky jump. Very risky jump from Das. Fortunately, K1llsen manages to punish that and kill it. It's mutual frag, but now it's a very important situation. So it's very in favor of Das. He was out of control for like last 3 or 4 minutes. He managed to get like neutral frag, and now it's about the spawn. If Das spawns better and managed to get some weapon like rocket or LG and red, then he is in very good position. He didn't, but at least he has LG and rocket. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, he does now. Yep. And K1llsen doesn't have any weapons. I like Das like trying to push K1llsen as much as he can. He knows he had time for this, like, you know, chasing, because there's no items coming up. Okay, so he gave up on... He semi gave up on mega to gain the position and not let K1llsen off. And now he won himself both Mega and Red Armor. He is in much better position now. K1llsen gonna have only one yellow, NLG and Rocket. And if Das manages to get rid of this yellow, he will be in very good position. Now it's about the next item. He doesn't really need to rush so much to get the frag. Okay, K1llsen came up to him. Maybe he felt that Das doesn't really expect him. He knew that Das was in the middle of spam, so he kind of calculated the shots and came out of the room in the middle of Das shooting, but it didn't work out for him. In fact, it only put him in a worse position, in a worse spot now. He's again on one yellow and Das is 200. I like using this yellow as a bait and also like getting some damage before picking it up. And it's 3-3, so it means that K1llsen cannot really run away anymore. He really needs to, he will be forced to make some active playing. Okay, so I think K1llsen thought, yeah. So Das was denying the 50 HP bubble, and K1llsen probably thought that Das fell down behind him on second level and Rocket jump up to the Rocket. That's why he used this little like window gap to get out of the room again and try to steal the red. He thought that. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't make a kill, and now it's very problematic for K1llsen. It's already third or fourth cycle of both Mega Red and one of the yellows going to the Dazator. I really like that K1llsen went for this yellow first. It opened up his way to get the another yellow. So he has on 100 armor, has some LG, and already took a position on red, which is very good for him. Okay, that drop was quite risky in my opinion. I wouldn't drop there, but worked out good for Das. Okay. K1llsen very aggressive. Because of that, he had to let the yellow armor go. Instead, he's getting the Mega. Let's see who's gonna be faster on that yellow, because I've got the feeling that K1llsen is rushing on the first floor to Rocket jump up to it. No, he didn't. It means he went shotgun and went somewhere top or plasma gun. Okay, he's... okay. Yeah, okay, so now another situation. He's taking the position on red again first, and kinda like it works in disadvantage to him instead of advantage. But I also read some recent interview with K1llsen where he said that he had some problems with adapting to a quakelive rocket launcher and like, you know, making proper damage. And this is the issue I also see here. 2 times when he was fighting on red, he had a big problem defending it because of his rockets. It seemed like he's not hitting his shots. So that's also pretty understandable, because the guy didn't really play quakelive for like what, 10 or 12 years with some little breaks. He probably played some clan arena here and there, or some FFA or some fun maps, and that's probably put and invested so much more time into that. So I can understand that. The game is over basically. We did this little review. What is really good, I see K1llsen practicing a lot together with Sparty. He's streaming, so you can guys join and see what's his progress. We're gonna definitely follow him. We're gonna follow his journey into 150 FPS League. I'm really curious to see his next matches, because I think K1llsen is like such quality champion in Quake that he probably gonna improve, and he not gonna give up here, and he definitely gonna throw out there some like great games, and I cannot wait to see his performance in the main finals, which gonna be in like 7-8 weeks or whatever. So yeah, that's it guys. Let me know what you think of K1llsen, if he can be as dominant as he was in Quake Champions, or can come closer to any of that. And what do you think about Das? It's like, it's not new coming player because he's been around the scene so much. Why do you think he improved so much? I think he was practicing a lot also with Agent and other the Russian players. Like, what strengths do you see in his gameplay, and how would you describe it? Let me know your thoughts, and see you next week.